Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome out to the CNE. It's cannonball time. Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right. Well, let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about what we're getting ready to do here. See, this cannon that I'm walking on right now is actually designed and built by my father, who has been a cannonball for over 35 years. This is actually the 8th cannon, number 8, that my father designed and built, specially handcrafted all by himself. It's a very closely guarded family secret how these cannons actually operate. Now this cannon, I do believe, and it has proven itself. It was brought into its first show in 2008, and since then we've done many shows with it all over North America, and it is without a doubt has proven itself to be the world's most powerful, and maybe more importantly, the most accurate cannon ever been put into use for blasting out human beings and family members and such. See, my mother had 7 children, my poor mother had 7 children, and each one of us at one point in our lives has taken a shot or two out of a cannon. Now, I have chosen for 14 years to be a full-time professional human cannonball. That means that when I started as a cannonball, this cannon was positioned very close to the landing net. The net was down a lot shorter because we weren't hitting it with any kind of real force in comparison to what we're doing now. We're now, between my father and I, we've broken the last 6 Guinness World Records for the longest human cannonball shot in history. Between... Thank you. I'm very proud of that. Actually, my last cannon shot into the record books came this last March in Milan, Italy for Guinness World Records primetime television over in Europe. 193 feet 4 inches as the record stands today. Now this shot that we've got here today, we're going to actually be pointing the cannon. It's not quite as far as that record, but we're going to point the cannon much steeper into the air than we've ever attempted on any kind of a record shot. This cannon shot is 150 feet in distance from the end of that barrel to where I hope to come crashing safely into the blue landing net. And for launch, it's going to be tilted up and pointed to a full 50-degree angle. Now, once the cannon is into firing position, I'm going to slide down inside to the very bottom of the 35-foot gun and prepare myself for a blast that will fire me from 0 to about 80 kilometers per hour in the first 1/5 of a second. That's what the training and the years of experience come in, because it's all I can handle physically, and it's very mentally challenging to climb into a cannon with 9 to 10 times the force of gravity blown up behind you. When the cannon fires, it's got about 4 seconds of flying through the air. No pressure other than the pressure of flying straight and true to my landing net. And the netting is the only thing between myself and a very rough landing out here at the showground. So this time, I'm going to take one last trip down to the landing net to make sure that it's ready to catch me. But first, I want to hear you guys. Are you ready? Yeah! All right, then we're going to get our cannon technicians to fire up the cannon and get it ready for blast off. Here we go. The landing net's really of a simple design. We've complicated it and tried a lot of different things over the years to improve the landing. But we found the safest thing has been to get back to the basics, where we set up a net that's held by the cables coming down to the ground, and the actual stretch in the material is what allows me to stop from about 60 miles per hour before I touch the ground. Now, the trick to setting a landing net for a cannon ready to fire, I'll climb on top, we'll raise it up into firing position, and then I'll disappear down inside the cannon.